Welcome back to another episode of Tales After Dark. This is a podcast filled with scary stories, and we will be diving deep into the world's most treacherous cult crimes. Many of the paranormal and creepy stories heard here are from articles that I have found on Reddit. Article information will always be included in the show notes below each episode. To submit a terrifying tale of your own, please email stories.talesafterdark@gmail.com. And make sure to follow TAD Podcast along on Reddit. Paranormal investigations and spooky adventures will soon be coming to the Tales After Dark YouTube channel. You can find those videos and all podcast episodes there, so don't forget to subscribe. The show is brought to you by the MW Network and produced by me, your host, Emma Dawn. Tales After Dark is made possible by our sponsors. The Home Bookkeeper Masterclass. The paranormal isn't my full-time gig. Outside of podcasting, I am a home bookkeeper. Check out how I was able to ditch my 9-to-5 grind and spend more time creating and doing all the spooky things I love by becoming a home bookkeeper. More information on my Home Bookkeeper Masterclass can be found on my company website, edjconsultinggroup.com, under Resources. Zaya Active. What's better than curling up in a nice pair of leggings and your Tales After Dark sweatshirt and listening to a spooky tale? In my completely biased opinion, not much. Visit myzaya.com/Emadon for premium and affordable men's, women's, and youth active and loungewear. And make sure to check out the Tales After Dark merch store on teespring.com. Do you like to sip while you listen? Then sip with purpose by choosing One Hope Wines. One Hope is a Napa Valley wine company that has given back over $5 million to nonprofits. So put your wine to work by shopping One Hope at onehopewine.com/myshop/mommywines. All sponsor links are always included in the show notes. Don't forget to check them out, but most importantly, and simply, subscribe to the show, leave a rating and review, and share Tales After Dark with your friends. Welcome back to another episode of Tales After Dark. In this haunted history series, I will be covering some of Ireland's most notorious haunted castles, such as Lofthouse Hall, Leap Keep, Ballygally Castle, Kilkenny Castle, and more. Some of these structures and spirits even date back to the 12th century. In this series, I hope to help you learn a little bit of Ireland's vibrant history while sharing the ghostly tales that still walk some of Ireland's oldest halls. Some of these historic buildings have been turned into vacation destinations. Any trip and stay details will be included in the show notes below each episode. Maybe you'll be inspired to patron Ireland's most haunted castles for yourself. Ballygally Castle is located approximately 3 miles north of Larne in Northern Ireland. The castle overlooks the sea and sits at the peak of Ballygally Bay. Built in the early 1600s, it is the most historic building still being used as a residence in the entire country of Ireland. Despite now being run as a breathtaking hotel full of original charm, the castle is reported to be the most haunted building in Ulster. The castle was built in 1625 by one James Shaw of Scotland. The castle was reported to have fallen under attack from the Irish garrison at Glenarm several times during the rebellion in 1641, but each assault was unsuccessful. The castle was owned by the Shaw family until William Shaw sold it in 1799. Now it is owned and operated by Hastings Hotel Group. The hotel is very proud of its haunted history and even dedicated the ghost room to their spirited resident. The castle is home to a number of spirits of those who have passed on, but the most active of which is the former resident, Lady Isabel Shaw. She is known to have a habit of knocking on doors and then disappearing. Is she playing a childish game or looking for the one she'd lost over 400 years ago? As legend has it, her husband Lord James was a cruel old bugger, and once he received the heir he wished for, he ripped the newborn baby from the arms of his mother and locked Lady Isabel up in a tower room. Some say she died of starvation. Some say she fell or was even pushed from her window. Others say she died of grief over crying out for her baby. Whichever theory you believe, her spirit is now free to walk the halls. Though the hotel workers say she is a friendly ghost, I couldn't imagine how sad she must have been all those years ago. But maybe she has found peace in the halls of Ballygally Castle, and that is why she has chosen to stay. The small room in the corner turret of the castle is known as the ghost room, and it is not used as a working room in the hotel. Madam Nixon is another ghost who lived in the hotel in the 19th century and can be heard walking the hall in her silk nightdress. Hotel manager Olga Henry said after spending some time in the hotel, "I'm sort of very skeptical about the whole supernatural thing and ghosts, but the more I stay here and work here, the more I think there's definitely something in this hotel." According to the skeptical manager, one guest was staying in a tower room beneath the ghost room, and in the middle of the night, he was awakened and thought he was at home, and one of his children had laid a hand on his back. He woke up and said that he could hear a child running about the room and laughing, but nothing could be seen. So he ran into the lobby in his undershorts in complete terror. Another evening in 2003, Henry had been working in the dungeon room, as they were expecting guests, and neatly set the table in preparation for a meal. She locked the room once finished, and later checked up on it, and the table was now a mess, with unfolded napkins and glasses with an unusual scum around them were now arranged in a circle on the table. Mediums spending the night in the castle have often reported that they've detected more ghosts than there were guests actually staying at the hotel. If you are brave enough to visit Ballygally Castle, the hotel staff provides haunting tours on the side of their absolutely stunning weddings and celebrations. The hotel has been kept beautifully in line with the integrity of the building while offering modern amenities. What do you think of this story? Do you believe ghosts can be friendly? Would you ever stay in a reportedly haunted hotel? If you're tuning in on YouTube, leave your thoughts below in the comments. If you're listening on a podcast platform, feel free to visit the Tales After Dark Facebook page or follow TAD Podcast along on Reddit. If you want to hear more stories of ghostly tales and haunted history, make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to leave a rating and review. If you have any ideas of haunted places I should research next, send me an email at stories.talesafterdark@gmail.com. Until next time, stay spooky.